I want to talk about a monster called Wamatangi Foundation. This is a monster because when we were elected, the people of Kiambu elected us to represent them at ward level. But when the governor, Kiambu Wamatangi, took over, he brought this amoral kind of government called Wamatangi Foundation. They are undermining MCAs in their wards, and we are calling him to stop and let the MCA do their jobs in their wards. We have seen Governor Kiambu Wamatangi working as a one-man show government, that he's the one who decides where, what to be done, where, and each and every department he's hands-on, that even you cannot ask a chief officer, roads, to give you a grader, you have to report to Wamatangi's office. We are saying this is not the way Kiambu should work. There is a case here in Kiambu. There is one man by the name Daniel Kuria Ngario Masharia, alias Dante. He is Wamatangi's personal assistant, for that matter. This is the man who has been intimidating every member of this assembly. He has gone further even to intimidate the CECs, that you cannot see Wamatangi before you call Dante. He has gone further, even carrying unlicensed gun. Unlicensed gun. Last week, all of us, we were in Casa Games in Nakuru. It is being told that the man was following some of us who are seen to have dissenting voice in this assembly. We had to hide ourselves in Nakuru for fear of this man called Dante. Dante is one man known to have a case of murder in court. And we are calling the DCI. We are calling the DCI to investigate whether this man is a licensed gun holder, because he is going around with a gun and you cannot tell him anything. So the DCI, we are calling you so that this member should stop threatening our members. The EACC and the Auditor General to corroborate and do a forensic audit of all the procured projects and programs in this county of Kiambu. I.e., or for example, there is a chicks. They are distributing chicks. A chick is going for 100 shillings in Karo in Naivasha, but in papers it is going for 1,000 shillings. There is maize distribution that will happen early in April. What we are saying, the distribution of maize, you see many lorries, maize seeds. You see the distribution of the lorries, 10 lorries, taking some few bags to a certain ward. This is wastage of resources, and we are calling Governor Wamatangi to stop this wastage of resources. We have already given him time, because as you remember, Wamatangi came to office 15 days after election, and he has been in office more than some of us here. We came to office on 21st September. He was here 1 month before. So he has already had his time to work for the people of Kiambu.
Peter Inena Joroge, Mosso called Boxer, MCA Karuri Ward in Kiamba. Chari had a budget of 16.3 billion. And in April, we did a supplementary which raised a budget to 17.66 billion, comprising of recurrent 13 billion, which is 74%, and development 4.6 billion, which is 26%. This actually is against the government guideline of 70% recurrent and 30% development. The absorption rate for development is as follows as at April 2023. Department of Finance and Economic Planning, there it was allocated 203 million for development, and as at April, they had consumed 0%. Administration and public service, there was a development budget of that 1 million, and as at April, they had consumed 0. Agriculture, livestock, and fisheries, there was a development budget of 887 million. As at April, they had consumed 298 million, comprising of 33%. County Assembly, whose core mandate is to emphasize the executive, we recommend as follows. The first financial year of 2022-2023 has gone to waste, and as such, we will not allow the executive to waste another year. Kiambu electorate must get value for their money.
My name is Honorable Ruth Waithera. I am elected in Githega Ward. The shortlisting was done, and up to now, the members who are shortlisted have not been appointed. 1 year down the line. And that is a county that is working. So one of the problems with our governor is decision making is very poor. On the other side, as you're all aware, the chief officers are accounting officers. They're the ones in charge of the public finance management, and they're the ones who are in charge of the human resource management. So our chief officers are getting 1 month contract. Every month they get a contract. Every month a contract. So it means our chief officers, our accounting officers in Kiambu County are acting as casuals. It is very sad that we can have a government that is not working. Number 2, on the issue of county executive committee members, and those are the ones we call CCs. The CC Roads resigned, was not able to work with the governor. He resigned and went home. The CC Education resigned and went home. The person who is acting, the CC Roads, used to be there during Waitito's time. This assembly has not vetted that person. The issue of roads is very dire in our county, and the governor doesn't have a CC who is competent. So today we are asking the governor, Kiambu Wamatangi, can you give us CCs who are working so that we can be able to deliver our services to the people at mashinani level? About the issue of the county secretary. We had a county secretary whose contract had been extended. A very nice guy, Dr. Martin Jogo, but he was unable to work with the governor. He resigned. The chief officer who was in charge of, I think, livestock or agriculture somewhere, of cooperatives, Mr. Ndegwa, was given an acting capacity to be the county secretary. Today, as you're all aware, the work of the county secretary is to coordinate the ideas and the policies in Kiambu County. We have a county secretary who is on an acting capacity. And the county secretary is almost at the top notch in our government. And we have someone who is acting. Our government has not been constituted for the last year. So today, we are telling governor, we cannot have a county secretary who is on a contract basis. Governor, these members of county assembly are asking, can you give Kiambu people the right county secretary so that our people can be able to get services, and our members, the people who are giving us services, the members of the ones who have been employed here, can be able to guide it well, because our work is oversight. 1 year down the line, nothing has been done in Kiambu County. The work of the governor is to give projects that are not accounted or accountable. There is no way you can be leaving our roads and you're going out there giving how many months old chicks, and our roads are just sitting there. Governor, today these members of county assembly are asking you to give us projects that can be accounted for. That is what, and sustainable to our people. Don't give them chicks that are dying within 2 days. We are not going to allow that.
I want to apologize to the honorable people of Kiambu because of late or previously we did not do our oversight role because the governor had requested to be given time to deliver. Now 1 year is down the line, we have wasted 1 year, and therefore we have resumed our mandate that we have been given by the Constitution and the powers and the privilege and the standing order of representation, oversight, and register. We are putting him on notice. Na kisheria, ukiambia mtu ama umwarifu kuna makosa, ashindwe kuyarekebisha, basi sheria itachukua mkondo wake.
That one, we've had an illegality of having chief officers operating without being vetted by this county assembly. Sure. And actually we are challenging the office of the Auditor General to audit this issue. And if need be, people must be surcharged for getting monies illegally, because this house is mandated to vet the chief officers before they are appointed. We also have the small matter of the chief of the CECM roads. As we all know, this house vetted waziris, and 3 of them have resigned. And at an acting capacity, the CEC roads was never vetted by this house. And again, we are inviting the relevant, and we've written to the relevant bodies or arms of government to investigate this matter. And again, if need be, this is an illegality and people must be surcharged.
What we have done is simple. We have decided that we are going to run a responsible system. That anything called plunder, misuse, or wastage of public resources, we are not going to have it done when we are sitting in office. And so we have embarked on a serious, robust plan of saving every penny that you receive.